Hello guys, this is a quick tutorial for you guys on how to use a timer and make a very simple and quick but effective digital clock in Qt system. This is the first part of a series of tutorials for the applications programming a little bit advanced lab. So let me make a new project, widgets application, and let's say this is a timer and advanced cute example. But you may want to give a different name, the about like your lab, finals labs or whatever, or advanced lab or whatever name for you, which is gonna be good. And here, what I said for my kit, the build kit is a min.gw. And next, and pretty much, the header file, main window, Q main window, pretty much everything is just, yeah, just as typical. And Git, I use a version control, so Git bottom, you may say just none. It really, it's really just up to you guys. Finish. And what you have here is just a typical main window, and I will, show you guys how to use a timer and manage your UI with timer and update it periodically. So that's it. The first thing I would like to have here is LCD number. So LCD number is basically an LCD. Obviously, this is an LCD. Here what we have is just zero, number zero. So I'm gonna use three labels. The first one is hour, second is for minute, and third is for the second, right? Obviously, So if we click it and the SCD number and name it like our LCD, and in a digit count you say the digit you're gonna be using only two digits, right? And you just say the value as double zero. Okay, let's say one. Let's say 1 1, so that we can have, or 1 1 or 2 2 or whatever, so that we can have an idea, how much space, I mean, this LCD display is supposed to take, right? So let me just make it, nice and good, this much size, and make a copy. Uh, Control C and Control V is fine. Copy and paste like this, and copy and paste here. So the second one, our LCD, no, not our LCD, but a minute LCD, and third one is a second LCD, right? So let's prepare the LCDs, right? 1 2 3. And I saved it, and I get back to my main window CPP and would like to open my main window H altogether. So like, let me split it out side by side, and let me work on the main window H here and the main window CPP here. And the first thing we need to do in the main window is we need to declare a use of a timer, the object. So Q timer, timer, right, like this. And what can it do? So here, Q timer, and I think we need to include a Q timer, right? And one more thing we need to do is, I think in the header file side we've done pretty much everything. Okay, so next one is in the main window CPP, you get to the timer, new Q timer, right? So you initiate the, we initialize it, we declare the Q timer as a pointer variable, so we need to make a new instance by new, right? And in the constructor side, what we need to do is we connect. Yeah. Oh, it was my small mistake. I mean, we haven't done, we haven't finished the main window header file yet. The one more thing is that we need to do declare a private the function void set current time. right? And we refactor, you right click on set current time and refactor and add definition in main window CPP. And then as soon as you click it, you will see the code snippet for the set current time. Let me get back to main window. Okay, here we go. And here, the first thing we need to do is to connect. If we set a timer, then if we set a timer, then it's basically periodical and repeating timer. So like if we say, the 1 second timer period, then it will generate a signals like a timeout event signal every second. So let's say connect timer, because we have a timer. This is just the convenient grammar for the timeout event firing every second. We need to connect it to the set current time, so that every time timer fires triggers, then our set we set this our set current time function is supposed to be called, right? So in this way, signal timeout, and this is actually the signal generator's definition. And what we do, let me write it in the next line, right? This is actually the single line, but for the readability, this and slot, right? Signal, when signal comes, then assign it to the slot. So like it is just like a go to slot, but right now the triggering event is not necessarily a user click button click, but it's a timer timeout, right? And we are supposed to connect our set current time function, right, to here. So be careful with the number of the parentheses, right? We open 1, 2, 3, around here. This is pair, and this is here. This one corresponding, and this one corresponding. Opening parenthesis is here. So we are good, all good. And for the beginning, in the constructor time, we call set current time for the initial setup for the current time display, and then timer start and 1000 millisecond, which is 1 second. And in the set current time, what you're supposed to do is a simple queue time. We fetch a data of the current time and then store it into queue time object queue time object time, and queue time double colon current time. And here we see a lot of the incomplete type, whatever nagging around. So we need to get to main window.h, and we need to include queue time. Then we are good to go, right? So here, right, the error is gone. And next we do is queue string. Hour is time.toString, and we can give a format. If we say HH, then it gives us the hour, two digits, right? Up to 2 digits. Queue string minute, time to string mm, and then queue string second, time to string ss. Right? Pretty simple, right? So in this way, we can fetch the current time into queue time, and we can convert the current times, and then extract hour, minute, and second in out to 2 digits, every string, respectively around here, hour and minute and second. And the next job is pretty simple. UI, we have our LCD, and we display hour. And UI, our LCD, and display, no, not this time our LCD, but a minute LCD display hour, right? And then UI, second LCD display second, right? And we finished pretty much everything, and which is good. Yeah, so we can run it, but the matter here is, okay, this is the set current time, but as we assign this set current time function to the slot, the one small thing we need to do is we need to move it into the up there and section of private slots, right? So if this is a simple thing because I mean, we've been already using this pretty, pretty every lab in the pre-lab, in pretty much every lab, when we, create a new slot and then, assign an event handler, the button click, on click button or whatever, event handlers. Those been, in this private slot section so that we can use it for the event handler kind of a thing. And only remaining thing is for us is to just run it. And this is the result. So we have right now it's just 2:44 p.m. So right now you guys can use this clocks. This is hour and minute and second, and it updates it, itself, every second, right? So so that you guys can have an idea. I mean, how to use the clocks, and hope you guys can take an advantage of this tutorial for you guys dashboard clock part, right? So if you play with the Q time a little bit, then you guys can get an idea of word clocks. So if you have any of your family members, I mean somewhere the other side of this planet, then you may want to have a world clock. So like for Japan or Korea or Brazil or the Pacific time or Eastern time or Europe's anywhere. I mean, yeah, over this planet. I mean, just go ahead and play with it. The time, and I gave you guys a basic idea how to play with it. That's it. Thank you very much, and move on to the next tutorial, please.